everybody kept asking me for fish because that's how it is when you stream, you know? Like, people just come in, ask for fish. It's no problem. But they do it so much to where I don't even have enough fish. So, I only FPS games like Rivals or Phantom Forces or Arsenal that I ever really played was Phantom Forces.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Galaxy Podcast. I am your host, BlueStar. This is episode 21 of the Galaxy Podcast. Today, we are joined with Crizzy. How's it going, man?
Um, Feeling like a fish, no, swimming.
That's how it is, man. I mean, you just
Yeah,
gotta swim away.
I
So,
could already tell it's gonna be a hard one.
I mean, it's not going to be a hard one, trust. But Crizzy, he is a content creator for Fish on Roblox. How'd you get into Fish, actually? Was it just you started playing Roblox and started liking Fish, or how'd that go about?
Well, I've been playing not fish, Roblox for like a long time, you know? I think everybody played it once, at least, you know, when they were little. It's kind of how it went. And then, one day I'm sitting here and my friend texts me and he's like, "You should play a game called Fish." And I thought we already played it. Apparently we didn't. It was some other game where like you fish, and I think it was anime related or something.
Hmm.
And then he just told me to play it, and then I played it. And then, well, I guess I just liked it, so I just started playing it.
So did you
I was,
always stream with your buddies? Is that why that came about, or how did you start streaming Fish?
well, at first I felt like I always wanted to stream. I always started like, oh, start streaming Rust or Rocket League or something. But it never really turned out because the space is so huge. There's not really a lot of room to improve. So I went to Fish. I got to the no life rod, which at the time was everybody's rod that they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
If you saw that rod, everybody wanted to be friends with you. So I got to that and then started streaming. And pretty much, I feel like, as every Fish streamer has said, it just popped off. I didn't expect anything from it. It just happened.
That's kind of how it went with me. I mean, I tried Fish actually like 3 or 4 times. I actually didn't like it. I thought it was horrible.
Boy, you played it and you're like, nah, I can't play it. Nah, I want to play it again. Nah, I can't play it.
Well, my viewers,
How's
I
that go?
mostly streamed like Doors and Rivals at first,
Uh,
and then I came to Fish and I tried it once or twice, and I was like, this sucks. And I said, you can't trade with nobody. You got a stupid rod. You got to shake, and it takes forever to catch some boots or something else, and it sucks. You don't get
yeah,
nothing from it. But
that's why I use instant catch. I don't like, I don't like shaking my rod at all.
I don't like shaking it either. When I went to C2 and then you have to shake the rod, I'm just like, dude, come on, this sucks.
Surprisingly, I haven't really adventured too far into C2.
Me either.
I've only bought like four rods and then just stopped after that. I
I,
didn't really see a point.
I haven't bought a rod. I use a prism rod because apparently that's one of the best rods even in C2 of all of the C2 rods.
Well, I mean, the luck is high. I don't think there's really anything else you'd have to worry about.
Yeah,
I used tryhard rod, but then it got nerfed.
okay. I mean, I don't know. C2's never been like this stuff to me. I tried it. And honestly, I haven't played C2 in a while. My viewership just drops whenever I play C2. I don't know why, but that's just what it is. Or it's just
Yeah,
like nobody comes to stream to watch me play Fish anymore. Ever since C2 dropped, it kind of like killed the game.
yeah. Actually, that's interesting because I know that like I played a lot. I want to say a little too much, and I got burnt out. Like I would wake up, stream for like 11 hours, and then go to bed, and I just kept doing that on repeat. So I kind of got burnt out. Currently, there's 109,000 players.
There
It
used to be
used to
like
be a lot.
500,000 though. That's the thing.
Yeah, for the new update, they already have almost 600,000 people interested.
When's that supposed to come out?
I think it's May 3rd. I have to check again
Because
really
isn't I think it's
fast.
supposed to be like the Lego update or some shit.
No, that's out right now, actually.
Oh, okay. I didn't play it. I
It's
knew.
still going.
Have you played it at all?
Yeah, I finished it in like an hour.
It's that easy.
Yeah, it was like an hour and 30. I wanted to hit a stream, but did my aux cord break something? Was my audio not working?
Reggie.
Nah, it's working. It does that sometimes, but no. The Lego event, I wanted to stream, and I was like, well, I don't want to stream for too long because I'm already tired.
Mm-hmm.
And I streamed it, and I got done in like an hour and 30 minutes. It wasn't too hard. All you have to do is get the full bestiary, and then you can claim a boat, and that's it.
That's all you get.
Yeah, I mean, you get a Lego rod,
Yeah, that's
and
kind of cool, I guess.
you can get a enchant. It's like a 5% chance, which isn't too good, but if you grind it enough, you could probably get something good.
Hmm.
So if you get like invincible for infinite kg, you get like a rare fish and trade it off for a lot of stuff since nobody has those right now. The lobster trip update is May 3rd.
Oh shit.
So
They keep pushing out updates left and right. I think that's what's killing the game.
I feel like they're just not good enough updates. They're like
Oh
small
yeah.
fillers like the Lego one. But this one has 633,000 people interested.
I don't think they've had a good update since. I think the volcano update was the first bad update. That
I
live event with
mean,
the volcano. I think the Marina Vale was the
think I
best one.
I think I missed that.
I stayed up. I told Stream that I was going to stay up and do. I'm going to. Because I usually start stream at 9 o'clock. I said, I'm going to stream until they do the live event. And then it was originally going to be like 7 in the morning. Then they pushed it back an hour. Then
Oh,
it was 8 in the morning. Then they pushed it back another hour. Then it was 9 in the morning. I'm like, God damn, come on, man. I'm like, I don't know why it's taking so long, you know?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I played Northern Expedition like when it released and played it pretty much through and through. Except everybody kept asking me for fish because that's how it is when you stream, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like people just come in ask for fish. It's no problem, but they do it so much to where I don't even have enough fish. So I didn't get the Heavens Rod until like a week after the update, and there was no good way to make money. So I kind of just sat there farming mindlessly.
Honestly, I don't know if you've ever played or streamed Rivals, but whenever I stream Rivals, that's the worst. They come in and they ask for gifts, like they ask for like $20 packs. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, the only FPS games like Rivals or Phantom Forces or Arsenal that I ever really played was Phantom Forces. Obviously, now they have the problems with the devs and all the stuff that was going on, so I don't want to play that. But that game, like I remember me and my IRL friend, who is the one who introduced me to Fish, we were at his old house playing Phantom Forces, literally gambling our coins in Phantom Forces on crates. And we had a whole calculator, a little sheet. We kept calculating our profit, and we kept reinvesting for like the whole night. And then after that, just every game didn't feel right.
Hmm.
So I just play like, if I want to play a game, I'll play Call of Duty and go shoot people or Rust. or something else. Roblox just hasn't exactly been fun in the shooters recently, I would
Rivals, I
say.
can get into Rivals because it kind of reminds me of Call of Duty.
Yeah, it has kind of like the wild movement of um what's that game called? Combat something.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name either.
I got it on Steam. It's I don't know. It's the movement is really crazy, but you can like spawn peek really fast. As soon as the round starts, you can just shoot directly at where they spawn,
Hmm.
and you can get a win pretty fast if everybody stacks up.
Yeah, like right
Uh,
now on Rivals, I'm trying to see how big of a win streak I can get just based off like 1v1s. And right now, I think my win streak's at like 20. But like I have a guy on my stream, his is up to 130 right now. And he won't do 2v2s with you. He won't do 3v3s because he's like it's going to fuck his shit up. But he'll do like 2v2v2s because it won't mess your streak up.
no. The game is called Combat Masters.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that
Figured that
game.
one out. Yeah, like the movements like that, and it's not exactly my thing. If that makes sense.
Have
I
you
played
played
Call
the
of
new COD
Duty.
movement with on BO6?
Yeah, I had my PlayStation 4. I mean, rest in peace. I've had bad luck with them. I played it. I did I forgot what Easter egg it was, but it's the one with the big Kraken, like tentacle dude. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Is
I
that
did that.
Shadows of Evil in Black
I
Ops
got no
3?
idea. No, it was in BO6. It was
Mm.
the zombies map, and it was like the final boss. I did that and got all the beta rewards. And the
Hmm.
movement was pretty good. I liked it. And then I just recently installed Call of Duty, and it kind of feels off, but it's probably because I'm washed. I haven't played it since BO6 released.
I haven't played Call of Duty since the last COD because when I stopped playing, I started streaming Roblox, and then I haven't played almost any game besides Black Ops 6. Well, besides Roblox. I mean, I've played Minecraft, but other than that, I haven't.
Yeah, I played Minecraft a little bit. Got back in the old days, I guess, as you would say. I mean, I'm pretty young, but
Hmm.
in the old days of my life, I know I got to be on the Xbox 360 and play Minecraft. And then I got it on my computer and played Hypixel Skyblock,
Oh yeah.
which was eventful. Took a took a lot of life lessons there.
Oh yeah. So
And
how
then
old are you?
you know,
Since you're saying that you're young.
I'm 18 actually.
Okay, I'm 20.
I mean, it's kind of old, but not really old if you look at it. You know.
A lot of people like I remember when I was younger playing other games there, I remember being the youngest, now I'm one of the oldest and it's kind of switched.
Yeah.
But
I feel like
I never had an Xbox 360 though.
yeah, like what, a PlayStation 2 or 3?
Hmm. I think I had a
Gotcha.
PS2 and then I moved to Xbox One in 2015. Maybe it was
Hmm.
2014. I can't remember. It's 2014 or 2015. But I used to play PC, then I went to PS2, and then it was the Xbox One. I had Xbox One all the way up till last year, and then I got a Xbox Series X.
I mean, I went from an Xbox 360 to an Xbox One, which we had one at our mom's and then our dad's. So we got to kind of flip flop, except the one at our mom's we had to share, obviously.
Mm.
And the one at dad's was mine because my brother didn't go to dad's at all. Uh, but I used to, play a lot of games. And then I think it was after a while I got a PlayStation and then played that. and then I tripped over my HDMI cord at my friend's house, so it fell down, broke the HDMI port, and it broke.
Oh God.
Uh, then I got another one, and you might be thinking, oh, well, what happened? Well, broke the HDMI port. I don't know how, but it broke over
Again?
time. Yeah,
Jeez.
and that's not even the funny part. I got another one. You wanna know what happened?
Did you break it again? No way.
Nah, I didn't understand it, but obviously, like with a graphics card, you have a port with every system. You have HDMI port they plug in, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have your actual cord, and then you have the actual port. When I unplugged it to go to my friend's house again, the whole entire port from the PlayStation came out with the cord. And I wondered what happened because the cord looked a little big. So I looked at it, and then I looked at the PlayStation, and all I saw was an abyss. There was no port. So that was obviously broken.
Oh my
And
God.
then I got another graphics card, so I was able to use my computer.
That that's hilarious. I've never had that problem ever. The only problem I had was
I,
I had my first Xbox One. It needed a console update, but it would never update, so it cooked the console. I don't
uh,
know what really happened because I was young and I don't remember it much, but it just wouldn't update. So then it just was done. So I had to get a new Xbox One.
I
I've actually
remember.
broke more headsets than anything.
I don't know what I've broken more. I mean, I've broken a few headsets, yeah, but that's just like over time use. Like this part will just break, and then it'll be just hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't actually know what I have broke the most. I do remember back in like probably the first house I could ever remember I lived in. We had a Wii, and you put discs in the slot because that's what the normal usage is to use a disc. I don't know how I didn't get the memo, but I put a piece of bologna in there. Uh, well, that could be a dream, but I don't think it was. Because I remember my dad was saying something about it.
That's
Other
wild.
than that, I don't think I've broken anything console related besides the PlayStations,
That's
which
crazy. How big of
which
a
are
span was
unfortunate.
that of the HDMI cords? Like, what was the time span of that? Was that like a month, two
Well,
months, or?
well, the first one was at least a few years ago. That was when I was in middle school. I broke that, and then I got another one pretty much in high school, and broke that. And then I want to say about a yearish after that, the other one broke. And then
That's
I
crazy.
haven't broke the computer yet, surprisingly.
Let's see. I've broken. I broke a bumper on a controller. Um, I think that's about it. Oh, I broke a joystick on a controller. So there's two controllers I broke. I've broken two headsets. I broke a 50-inch screen TV.
Yeah, we're not proud of that one.
Oh no, I'm not. And then I
That's
broke.
expensive.
Then I broke an Xbox One. I mean, they. I didn't break them on purpose.
Yeah,
Well, some of them
obviously
were
not.
like on Some of them were on accident. Some I couldn't help. But about six things. But I've never broken an Xbox or like the two controllers I dropped, broke the joystick, broke the bumper, and then I mean I've had stick drift. I've had like not like a clicky A button, so you have to press harder. Um, what was another one I've had? My headset, like I'll have to get it just right in the port, or it'll be like staticky.
You gotta spin it around
Oh
the
yeah,
aux cord.
I had to
I
spin it
remember
around.
I remember wrapping it around the
Oh
actual
yeah,
controller to do that. But
I
no, I
never
know how
had
to
to do
take
that.
apart. Really?
Mm-mm.
Dude, I had to do that with so many headsets because they were just broken.
Hmm.
And then with PlayStation controllers, just controllers in general, like I've broken a lot of things just because I get so mad and I really can't. Like I can control it, but if it gets too bad, it's just off impulse. Boom, $60 controller. But I know how to take apart a whole entire controller and put it back together just because when the joystick gets um, unplaced onto the little box that it has that
Mm-hmm.
actually focuses your movement and registers it. Uh, it, I've just learned to replace pretty much everything. It's not too hard as long as you're gentle, you
Yeah,
know.
I've like normal Xbox controllers I have fixed and I've taken completely apart, but I've never touched like Elite controllers. And that's what I've been
Mm,
buying now is Elite controllers, and I won't touch them at all.
no, I would say an Xbox controller is really hard because you have to have like special screws. At least the new ones are.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have those. But if it was like an Elite controller on a PlayStation, I could do it. It's gonna be scary, obviously, because it's more expensive, so you're more stressed out about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like building a horrible computer, just like library grade, nothing special at all. Uh, when you build that, you're just not really worried. But when you're building something that has top of the line specs that are super expensive, you start to worry and then not want to do it. I feel like that could be why you wouldn't want to touch an Elite controller because it's just expensive. They're like $200 or something.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
that
they're
right?
not. Yeah, I think they're about 200. No, maybe they're like 140. Or I might be wrong. I can't remember the actual price.
Well, let's find out.
But
Because I know some
I bought one
places,
off my ex's brother, and he gave me his for like $50.
yeah, they're about 140 to $70.
Yeah,
So
they're
it's
pretty
honestly not
expensive.
bad.
It's more expensive than a regular controller, is what I should say.
Well, the $70 one is from GameStop, so it probably has some issues. But Amazon and Walmart are about $100. Amazon's 140.
Hmm.
That's a lot. I know that you can go to like custom sites and custom build it. I made one and it was like $200, and
Yeah,
then it broke like 2 years after.
a lot of people they'll recommend me to use a certain website to buy like their controllers for like paddles and stuff like that. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't. I'd rather just have original equipment from Xbox because that's going to work the best because they are buying controllers and they're customizing them to work for Xbox. I'm just like, that's too sketchy in my opinion because something could go wrong easily in that controller, way too easily.
Yeah, especially with the Xbox. With PlayStation, it seems just simple. Xbox, I tried to take one apart. It has, front panel.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it has like a whole front side, and then you can take these off pretty easy. It's like I don't have an Xbox controller to show you,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm pretty sure you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Those it's confusing. There's so many layers to it, and it's like built a lot better than a PlayStation controller.
Yeah,
So it's
it's kind of weird. I don't have like a regular controller around me, but like you have to like really like I have these
you have to
small
pry it.
screwdrivers for my work. You have to get in there and then pop it out, and you think you're gonna break it because it's the how much pressure you gotta pry. You're actually scared that you're gonna break a panel.
It's not even breaking a panel. It's breaking the screwdriver is what you should be worried about.
Yeah, I don't know how
Like
it's in there so good, but it is. And one thing I've never learned how to fix is stick drift. I've never learned how to fix that.
Well, I actually do know how to fix that partially.
Oh, really?
So, what kind of, not the textbook way, just looking at it and being like, you know what, these videos aren't helping, so I'm just gonna do it on my own. So, underneath the joystick about that box I was telling you about,
Mm-hmm.
there is, I think it's three or four. There's like little cylinders on each side of it, and it's a little box. You can So here's the box, and then there's like a little panel here. You can pry it back, take out. It's like a little metal cylinder type of thing. It's what works to register everything. You take that out, and then you replace it with a new one. Or for me, I just you know had another controller, so I just took it apart.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're careful enough, that works. But while you do that, you should probably clean everything with like alcohol or something, or take compressed air and clean it out, because that's what everybody expects it to be, is dust, which most times it's not. At least for me, I try to you know clean it and nothing works, so I replaced it. It worked for about a month, and then it just didn't work. I had to get a new one.
Yeah, usually once that happens, I end up just getting a new one. And like my other Elite controller, it was so bad. You can just sit there and it'll just start spinning around and around. And I'm like, God dang, man. I said, I got to get a new controller. And then I broke the bumpers. I don't know why, but something on Elite controllers, the bumpers break real easily.
Really?
Yeah, like they don't break off, but like the registering part of it, they just don't register. You got to like press harder. So like on the
Hmm.
paddles, I do slide cancel, and then I do my bumpers on the other ones. So I
Hmm.
just learned to do that so I don't break my bumpers.
No, I mean, I had one. I think I had slide, and then I think I had crouch. No, wasn't crouch. I think it was my right bumper too, and that was the only paddles I had. I only had two. Forgot
Yeah,
what I was gonna say, but I was gonna say something cool. I just forgot what I was gonna say.
yeah. I used to only have my slide. Used to I didn't want any paddles at all, and then I added the slide, and then I ended up adding the bumpers because like they just wouldn't work. I'm like, I gotta figure out a way to make them work. So then I just added the paddles for the bumpers, and it works better for me more than anything.
Oh, I remember now. I was gonna say, um, my controller drift was so bad that when I went to aerial or front flip in Rocket League, I it didn't work. Like, I would sit there and go forward, and it would it wasn't like it would push down every single time, no matter what, and it would just you know go down. It just every single time that I wanted to go forwards, it would stop me and bring it like right back to the middle. So I couldn't move in like shooters at all or sprint or anything.
Hmm.
So I was pretty upset because I couldn't flip at all in Rocket League. And
Yeah,
then in
especially when you start losing the abilities for games that really kind of like you don't want to even play with the controller anymore.
It's like in Call of Duty, you don't want to lose your ability to tactical slide.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you can't do that, it's gonna be pretty hard to play the game
Like yeah, you can deal with
because
stick drift unless it's severe. I've never had severe stick drift. I've seen severe stick drift where it's you can't even stop it and you just spin. And I'm like
yeah,
that
it
just
gets
has to
that
be
bad.
unplayable.
I think it is because even if you say your dead zones really hard, it's still gonna register it if it's that bad.
Oh yeah.
Because
It's
I
it's terrible. I mean, I hate stick drift. I don't know why it's a thing, but I hate it.
I think they made new ones where they're like magnetic or something, so you don't get stick drift anymore.
I
I'm
don't know. I,
pretty
I mean,
sure the
my
price
my
tag.
Elite controller is stuff, and they still get stick drift.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be like really expensive though. I would assume.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm seeing some for like 40, but I don't think those are the real ones.
There's no way. There's absolutely
Yeah.
no way.
No, that's cheap plastic. I mean, 169 from Xbox, but I don't see anything about zero stick drift. It looks fancy,
I've
but
never seen them.
no, it doesn't seem.
I never even heard about them because like a controller that has no stick drift. I mean, that's one of the biggest things why people buy new controllers. So if anybody even made those, I think like they'd be very very expensive.
Well, I feel like they'd be the same as the Elite controller, probably. So yeah, expensive. I mean, normal controllers are about. I don't know how much they are now because of the newer stuff. I think they're still like $50 or $60, and PlayStation 5 is like $70 to $90 just for base,
Mm.
which I don't exactly understand why. I don't know what new technology they have that would increase the price that much, but I think we've talked about controllers enough.
Yeah.
So how did how did you start out with streaming? Like who inspires you? I should say.
um, I've always wanted to be a content creator ever since I was young. My first YouTube video that I ever uploaded, it's not public anymore. It is private because it is horrible. It was I don't know if it was 2011 or 2012. I'm sitting here with a Samsung tablet on my mom's PC playing Minecraft, asking people, "How's my base? How does it look?" And
You just got a dirt one by one.
it wasn't a dirt one by one. It was like 100 by 100, 3 feet high wood with no roof, and that's it.
Oh,
And then I had like,
wow.
well, no, it couldn't be that. I think it was 4 blocks. No, it had to have been 5 because I had a second layer that went around that was chest, and I was in creative, and I thought that was the coolest shit
Ah,
ever. And it was on a flat world too. And I've always wanted to be a content creator. One thing I can never do is edit. I suck at editing. I'm one of the biggest things I want to get into is editing, but graphic design, I don't think I could ever get into graphic design. Like the type of people like you see the thumbnails people create, I'm like, how can you even create that? How do you even get there, you know? I mean,
yeah.
if anything, back in Minecraft you could get like if you just put in your username, they had like pre-made like pictures. You could put your character's skin in like a pre-made thing, and then like you can have multiple characters in it, and they could be doing one. Like I have one with my buddy when I was younger. He was getting picked up by an Enderman, and then there was two people trying to kill the Enderman while the Enderman was running away with him, like picked up. And I was like, this is. I thought that was the coolest shit ever. But they don't have that for Roblox, which is completely insane in my opinion. Uh, but I don't know.
I mean, I've tried editing. It's not easy.
Hmm.
I do know there is a thumbnail place. I think it's called GIMP. Um, I've tried it. It's not too bad. There is another. I'll have to go to where it is. Um, but there's another site, and you can do thumbnails there as well, which I was told about. Obviously, it's not gonna make me the best, but that's why I went to Twitch because I just can't. I can't edit at all.
Like if you look at my YouTube videos, I've been doing more thumbnails because thumbnails you got to grab people's attention with thumbnails. I just
Yeah,
I just throw like pictures together at this point and like try to make something out of a thumbnail. And like I'll grab pictures on stream where like I'm shocked or whatever, or just pictures from me from stream, and then I put them over other characters or whatever, or just put words in there, or grab people's skin. Like on my Rivals one, I have the arena background for arena, the map arena, and then I grabbed,
Yeah.
because I played a game developer, so I put a skin and then I put the developer verified picture over it so you can't see who he is, and
Uh-huh.
then a shock picture, and then who is that guy, because that was what I was saying, because I was like, who is that guy after
Oh,
I
I
beat him.
see. Has a check mark.
Oh yeah, and somehow that became my biggest video, and it wasn't growing until after I put Roblox Rivals in it for some reason. But once I put Roblox Rivals, it popped off.
I think, like, one, it's just looking at the thumbnail itself, it's really appealing.
Hmm.
And then in the title, you can see who is that guy beating a game developer. And as soon as you see that, I know you obviously have to click because obviously you want to see if the dev is good and see if you win. It's kind of like a movie. You don't want to leave in the middle of it. You want to see how it ends.
Oh yeah, and then like at the end, he ends up gifting me a bunch of stuff, and that's why I'm like, who is this guy? Because at the beginning, I had no clue like what the verify check mark meant. That was the first developer I've ever seen before, and I played him. I'm like, God. He came in the stream, and I had no clue who this guy was. And then my buddy, he was like, "Yo, this guy's verified," and he's like, "He's a game developer." I'm like, "I don't even know who this guy is. All I know is I'm gonna whoop his ass." So I
Did
ended up
you?
beating him, and he ended up gifting me a ton of crap, and I don't know how, but that's just how it happened too. But I don't even know. It's kind of crazy how the people you meet through streaming is insane. Because I know another developer. He's given me his actual phone number, and we
Wow.
talk all the time. But he's kind of a great guy. I mean, but I don't really talk to much developers. The one thing is that I don't understand is that a lot of people, they can, if they have a verified check mark, they can get a ton of viewers off of that, but they don't focus on that. They just play the game. I'm just like, if you have a check mark, I'm streaming. Because if you like, if you go in Rivals, there was a guy that had a check mark, and everybody was huddled around. Everybody was typing super fast. I'm like, what is happening? I just got out of a game. I'm like, oh, there's a verified creator here. I looked him up, and uh, I first video I find on Twitter about him was he had like 150,000 followers on TikTok, or 250,000. It was like popular TikTok creator
Jesus.
scams people for rare items on Roblox. I'm just like, what the hell? And I watched a little bit of the video, and like he scammed like a bunch of his followers for like hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars of rare items on Roblox. I don't know how, but apparently he's not the most liked person in the community, in my opinion. But then again, you can also buy your you can buy a check mark at this point, and
Like it's on a store or something?
I don't know how you can do it, but you used to be able to uh, buy your check mark somehow. I don't know how, but that's
Hmm.
what the if you watch a video of me, like the podcast with me and one of the game developers with Fergenti, we go into detail and we talk about uh, how you can buy your check mark, or like he said one of the biggest things is that you have to have connections. And he said if you have connections, you're most likely going to get a check mark.
Hmm.
And like he knows how to code, and he helped code a couple games, and they were big developers. Like he worked with the game developers of FISCH, so he helped them on a little bit of. He specializes in anti cheat and stuff like that, and when he did that, he knew some big bosses and stuff like that through multiple games. So they reached out and then he got a check mark from that.
Mm.
And he said it's just about who you know, and that's who it is, and that's basically all it is too.
Yeah,
But
you're probably the only other person I really know as of now in the community, aside from Carbon. But I think everybody knows him from doing tickets and applying.
actually,
Also,
me and Carbon got in a little bit of an argument because
oh really?
with the other with Virginti, the verified guy. So what happened is the Lovestorm Eel they had a glitch and they still haven't resolved it. So I still kind of have a little bit of hatred between fish developers and stuff like that. But there is a glitch to where on the nuke because if you did the nuke in the middle of the Lovestorm Eel, it's supposed to come straight down over the Lovestorm Eel, the event. I was trying to
Yeah,
get nuclear eels because you get nukes as a content creator. I'm trying to get a nuclear eel so I can trade them, give one away
yeah.
to my viewers, and one to have, you know. And uh, the glitch was it wouldn't land on the eel; it would just land like miles away on something else. So I talked to multiple people, and then they said talk to Carbon. So I talked to Carbon. He's like, I can't do anything for you. I'm like, they told me to come to you. I'm like streaming all of this, and Fergenti comes in the stream, and he just starts back talking Carbon, and Carbon comes into my stream, and he's listening to what Fergenti's saying. He's typing it in Roblox chat, and he's like, I can talk to your boss. And he said, I know this person wouldn't be happy because if there was an unhappy viewer and you're not really satisfying him, you are most likely going to get fired from your position. And he said, I do not care. I am friends with your buddy, your boss, or whatever you want to call it. And I can really get you in trouble for this. And I said, I don't really think you want me to get him in trouble for this. And he was like, sir, yes, sir. And I'm like, I've never seen Carbon stoop down to that kind of level, but hot damn. I just thought it was
Nah,
hilarious.
I don't know. I got a small community. I mean, I lost most of it for when I got burnt out, which was expected,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But I didn't. I don't actually know a lot of people. I think I'm pretty sure most people that are in the group know Carbon because he deals with most of the tickets.
Mm-hmm.
And also, speaking of developers and coding, dude, it's so hard.
Oh, I've tried it.
It's so
Fergenti's tried
hard.
to walk me through. I'm just like, I was gonna try and create my first like obby, just like to start. I'm like,
Yeah,
just creating this is hard. I said, I don't even know what I would get into. I said, creating a game is something I don't. That's another world. I said, I'd rather focus on content creating, get and because one of the things like I'm a co-owner of a business in real life, and I listen to business podcasts and stuff like that because I want to grow the business. And they say you want to focus your attention on one thing. You can't branch out to multiple different things. And
yeah,
if you want something to grow, unless it's successful already, you can't branch out and be like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You got to really focus on one thing. So right now, my focus is on two things: content creation and this. I tried to get into game development. I decided it takes up way too much of your time because you got to watch videos, learn it, learn the coding, just
yeah.
to imp- even try it. Then if it doesn't work, you're just sitting there like, I don't even know
Oh,
what
I
I
don't know
did
what to
wrong
do.
because like you've copied the exact code and it's not doing what you told it to.
Exactly.
And then you're just sitting there like, I've even started the parkour yet. It like I'm just trying to make the map look good, but you haven't even started this other stuff. I'm just like, yeah, I'm screwed at this point.
I would say a hobby is like I have a little bit of understanding of it, not coding or anything, but building like a map. I could probably build the map, but if there's any scripts or anything, I can't do that at all.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do with scripts, but if you get like blueprints, some of them have scripts. And what for he warned me, he said that don't download any blueprint that has scripts. I was like, why? He said those scripts can get your account banned on Roblox because they'll have like a virus in them. They'll go into your
Yeah,
account, go into a lobby, spam cuss words, do a bunch of stuff, and it'll just get you banned on your actual Roblox account. And he said when it pops up and it says you are making 530 scripts with this model, you're just sitting there like, do I include this? And then there's a
Yeah.
command that you can look to see if it had any viruses. But usually once it's in, you can't touch it whatsoever.
Yeah, that's why I stayed away from it. Cause I tried to use like a bunch of presets just so I could figure it out. Obviously, I couldn't figure it out. You know, I I think that's just a lot of respect to everybody. The one thing I do not like about Fish is the fact of, and it is a hot topic, but I'm pretty sure it has to do with the Blade Ball developer that came in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had, like, I have a golden yacht, which is pretty much my staple to my whole brand, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody sees that, they're like, oh boy, you know.
Here he
And
is.
then, and then they reskinned it. The gold one was about, I think it was either 400 or 800 Robux, really cheap, you know. They come out with a reskinned version of it that's a Christmas one, and it's like $50 or something. It was 4,400 Robux, and they were sitting there. It's on sale. It's on sale. But it's not because it's just the marketing tactic.
Oh, they
There's
always put
also
everything on sale because when that's the biggest thing for sailing because like they will put something if they want $30, they're gonna put $29.99 because
yeah.
or they'll mark down the price and be like limited time only or
But you want to know something about the limited time?
it's not gonna be
It's
limited
not.
time.
It's not limited. After the no life fraud, it was a green one. I don't know what it was called.
Hmm.
After it went down from 6,000 and went to zero, and there's no more copies, they put it back in and made more copies. And it would have been better if they had serial numbers, so you actually knew what serial yours was and which number it was.
Hmm.
And I think that's the problem is they're a little bit greedy now. Is that what you meant by a gallon of water?
Yeah, I have a gallon of water. I take this damn near everywhere with me, man. Because
That's like,
if you don't drink a gallon of water, you are going to. One thing, I've been drinking a gallon of water every day since sophomore year of high school. And I was 16, now I'm 20, so I'm working on. Well, no. I was in sophomore year in 2020. So, yeah, so 2020. So, yeah, I'm working on 5 years of drinking a gallon of water every day. And I've only missed like 1 or 2 days, and that's because I had the flu. And if I drink any fluids, I throw it up. But I drink the 2 gallons the next day as soon as I could get it back. So I drink 2 gallons just to make it back up. But a gallon of water a day cleared up. I used to have super bad acne because redheads, every time you see a redhead, you always see acne. But
yeah,
I started
you're not
drinking a gallon
wrong.
of water a day, and I might have a pimple on my face once a month, and it's gone within 2 days. Or I might not even have one. Like my last pimple, it was on my earlobe. And that was my first one in like 2 or 3 months.
I feel like that would hurt,
Oh, they do. I don't know why, but it's
especially the
always
ones that
this
are
left
like
one.
the ones that are always like on your nose, like right here, are the worst ones to get.
I get
You can
those.
never
I get
get
the
them.
third eye one right here, right in the middle of your
Yeah,
eyebrows. I get the third eye. Sometimes I get them like all the way up here, like on my hairline. That's
I
non-existent.
never get I never get those. It's always like either on my cheeks or if it's a rare one, it's like on my nose, which sucks because you cannot get those at all.
Yeah, I
They
get some in
just
my beard
stay.
sometimes. It's just mostly ingrown hairs is what mine will be. Because it'll be in my beard or like on my arms. And when I was in football, I'd have a lot more pimples because you sweat more. The more you sweat, it's I don't know the science or bio or
Biology.
biology between all that, but whenever I sweat more, I get more pimples. Like when I wore my helmet all the time, I'd have more pimples around the side of my face, and that's
Yeah.
just how it was.
I played football for like 1 year. It was like sixth grade, and then we went undefeated the whole entire season. It wasn't me or the whole team. It was like I can't say that because it sounds bad, but it was really not. We had three really athletic people. You have the image in your head. You already know what I'm gonna
Hmm.
not say,
I already know what's
but
coming.
they were really athletic. Okay,
Hmm.
you know, they really strived to be athletic, and it wasn't me. It wasn't like the whole team. Sometimes it was defense, but they just kept running the ball, running the ball. Here and there we'll have a throw, boom, caught, run, boom. It was it was pretty cool, and then we won. It wasn't nothing huge. Like we got like a little trophy. It was
Hmm.
called like the Pumpkin Bowl or something because it was it was in October or something.
Yeah,
And I
I
mean,
I remember playing. I have all my trophies still, and I still have my helmet. I don't know my high school helmet. I don't know how I got away with it,
I don't
but
think they would let you take that.
well, they clean. What they did was a lot of people they'd leave their helmets and shoulder pads like in their lockers, and before you come for
Mm.
a locker clean out, they go through and take your helmet and shoulder pads. So if they didn't see your helmet, they just think they had a rack out. They just think you put it on the rack, and
Or that
they
somebody
don't
else
write
got it.
down who brought in like their shoulder pads and who brought in their helmets. Like if you had a special helmet, like the Speed Flex,
Yeah, those are the
they
ones.
they tracked those, but the regular ones they didn't. But we had like stars on our helmet, so like if you got an achievement or something, or you did
Yeah, you
certain
get a little
stuff,
star.
you get a star. Well, my whole like left side has stars on it, or it's my right side, and I kept it for my senior season. I brought it home. I left my shoulder pads, and I kept my jerseys too, because they kind
Yeah.
of screwed me my senior year on a lot of stuff. And I said, they came to me and they said, "We don't have your jersey." I said, "You guys, I left them in the locker on the last game because you're supposed to leave some of your stuff on the last game. Because when you have your last game and you put your stuff in your locker, the next time you come in is for locker clean out, and then they go ahead and go around and clean out your locker first." So I said I left my jerseys in there. I said I left my jerseys in my locker after the first game because you guys usually come in and clean it out. I said all I had to do was come in. I said I cleaned my locker out, so I didn't even have to come to locker clean out. I said I took all my stuff home that night. I said I just put everything up, so I didn't even have to come to locker clean out. I said I wasn't there. My jerseys was in my locker. If you were in my locker, I know you guys always grab the helmets and shoulder pads. And I said, "You've got my shoulder pads, you got my helmet, you probably got my jerseys too." I said, "If they're not there, that's not my problem." I said, "That's all of it's in your hands." I said, I said, is all the lockers empty right now after locker cleanup? Yeah. That I don't know where they're at. I said, "That's on you. That's whoever's in the locker room. You would have to talk to them. I'm sorry. Whoever cleaned out my locker, that's on them." And
Has it sitting up in your living room?
oh, I have it in a shadow box. I have it in a shadow
Uh,
box in my
One
living
of those
room.
little boxes.
Oh yeah, and he said, "Can you at least look?" I said, "Yeah, I'll look." And then he came up to me a few days later and he said, "Did you look?" I said, "Yeah, I don't have it. I know I don't have it because I left it in there that night." And he believed me. I actually ended up getting away with it, but a lot
Like
of people
I'd probably get away with it, but they would know I had it.
they probably knew I had it, but I don't know how I got away with it. And we used to have like trophies that like you were supposed like every Thursday night you get a trophy based off how you did that week or the previous week, and you carried around that Friday through the classroom, and it was a lot of like memorabilia or like stuff you'd have like that's been passed down. People's wrote their names on it or whatever. And my buddy, it used to be a hammer. It was like a big hammer, 4 foot. It was like that big, and
Hammer.
it was for the biggest hit of the week or the last game, and my buddy got it, and it was for the last game of the season. He took that motherfucker home, and he still has it. at his house, hanging up on the wall, and he said, "I never took it back." And the coaches were like, "We don't know what happened to it," and I'm like, "I know what happened to it. It's in my buddy's room." I never said anything, but I'm like, I know exactly
No.
where it's at. I got away with a
Yeah.
lot of stuff. I mean, that's just how it is.
If I got a big hammer, you know, and I knew they would want to take it back, I would take it. I wouldn't let them have it.
No, no, no.
Especially if it's that big, you know, obviously I want it.
Oh yeah, I'm taking that. It was like a big mallet. I'm like, I would take it.
Like, regardless if I actually won the award or not, I still want it.
It wasn't one of those like you wrote your names on. Like they had one that
Hmm.
was called the Minahoonie bucket, and everybody that's ever gotten it, you write your name on it and then the date. So it's filled with a ton of names. And then they have like a belt that has our logo on it. It's like a WWE belt, and you wear it throughout school.
Hmm.
And I was like, I would steal that belt in a hurry if I had. I'd have it plastered like right there on my wall if I could. That would be
Yeah.
sick. But
Is that is that where you got the inspiration for Blue Star? Since your school has stars, is that where that came from, or did you just completely make that up?
so BlueStar actually came from. I'm a Cowboys fan for football,
Mm.
and my favorite color is blue. So I honestly just came up with Blue Star, and I ended up getting. I made that a long time ago. My nickname in high school was Big Red, and middle school it was also Big Red. So what I should have done, I should have been Big Red Gaming, but that didn't come till later. I didn't want to rebrand after I became Blue Star, so I just stuck with Blue Star, and it's just what it's been. Cause I was a name until like I think I rebranded in like 2014, 2015. I say rebranded, but that's I just changed everything. But
Yeah.
well, I
I
got
don't know.
one more question for you before we hop out of here. So
All
how
right.
did you get started streaming? I know you asked me that. How did you get started streaming?
Well, on what part? Like
Just like
in general, or on
how did you
fish?
start content creating? Like when did you start and like what inspired you to start streaming?
I feel like the inspiration, it was like Dan TDM, like popular MMOs,
Mhm.
like Vanos, everybody, you know.
Oh yeah.
And then, obviously we all had that time when we were kids.
Mhm.
Pull up the phone on Minecraft and just start trying to make a videos. Absolutely horrendous. Goes nowhere.
Oh yeah.
But you tried. And then I gave up on it. Then tried to start it on um, like Rocket League.
Mhm.
And I forgot the other game already. I think it was Call of Duty and Rocket League. I tried to start it, or Rust. And I tried it. It didn't exactly go anywhere. Like, I got a few people, but it didn't go anywhere, and my system wasn't powerful enough, so I
Mhm.
just stopped. But now it's to where Roblox, I knew it wasn't intensive on the computer, so
Mhm.
I started it I started the game pretty much right as the fish fright was ending,
Mhm.
and I went back into it and thought, well, if I'm playing this game, I should stream it. So I got to about level 500, got the rod, and started streaming. Went, picked up, got into the group, and then I got burnt out. And then, well, I'm back now. I've been back for maybe like 2 weeks or something,
Mhm.
trying to revive everything, which is going a little bit okay. Everybody kind of plays with me in game. I'm just trying to figure out how I can get that put into the streams because it's a little hard to pick something back up. Like when you played Call of Duty and you haven't
Mhm.
played it for a while, play it, you're horrible. it's hard to come back and understand where you know, where you should be going and figuring it out. That's
Yeah,
pretty much how I started.
yeah, you gotta really do like a lot of the movement. And I started on Call of Duty, but like you said, for streaming, a lot of Rocket League and like Rust and Call of Duty, there's so many people streaming it. It's hard to really grow from there. But if you stream like on Roblox, there's not a lot of people streaming it, but it's a very popular platform. I don't know why more people aren't streaming it, but like if you go to like the Fortnite, Call of Duty, if you go like the lowest viewership to highest, you can just
Yeah,
scroll and scroll and scroll. There's one viewer after one viewer after one, but you can just
yeah,
scroll for days. And then there's super popular people that have like 20,000 viewers. But on Roblox, the highest might be like what 500. And like
yeah. I would say so.
if anybody names like the most popular Roblox streamer, they say like Creekcraft and maybe Think Noodles, but Think Noodles doesn't stream a lot. So like
Mm.
you got to think there's not a lot of people actually streaming Roblox. And when I came to stream Roblox, I instantly had like 5 viewers. I'm like, holy shit! I said this is more
It's
than I've
working
ever
out.
had. And then it was like 10, then it was 15, then it was 20. I'm like, shit, I might stick to Roblox. So,
Yeah.
so I ended up just sticking to Roblox at this point.
I think the hardest part about it is finding what to do. Like I have to. I'm thinking because you can't move. Like you said, you have to be focused on one thing in the business aspect. Applied to streaming, you can only be on Roblox, right?
Hmm.
Then you have to figure out what game is going to bring it up or keep people engaged. Like Fish can only hold out for so long.
Yeah, Fish.
And
It for a while it was one of the top games to stream, and then
yeah,
for me personally, and then when C2 dropped, it just went instantly.
yeah,
Like I streamed it the other day, 3 to 4 viewers. I'm like, I stream Rivals and I get 15 to 20. I stream this, I get 3 to 4. I said this. It used to be almost the opposite. Rivals, I always averaged around like 10, but I was like, come on. But now Rivals, it's like it's picked up and stuff. And Doors, I've that's what I started on streaming. So I've always streamed Doors, and I still get constant viewership because a lot of my viewers have followed me over to other games. So I still stream Doors and I still get a good amount of viewers because most of my viewers actually came from Doors. Not a lot of people want to play it anymore, but I play like 1 to 3 games a stream just to like keep it in the rotation or whatever. I kind of
yeah.
branched out to Minecraft and it did good for a while. And then it took a dive for the worst the other day and it killed everything. Like it instantly killed stream.
Yeah, I mean, you have 32 views on the YouTube, which isn't bad at
Mm-hmm.
all.
Yeah, I mean
Like I can
YouTube,
see,
I can never find out a way to get going. It's
I think it's, I think it's consistency along with thumbnails and quality, which quality is going to be the hardest part because you have to learn how to edit. The only thing I know how to do is just how to cut it and then
hmm
cut a piece out. That's all I know how to do, which is a majority of the thing you have to do.
like right now. I think because I have some videos that I gotta post. Like this week, I gotta post a YouTube video, and I think what I'm gonna do is actually like start adding sound effects in because that's a lot of part of it.
Mm.
And then like for intros, I've just been pulling memes off the internet and put the meme at the beginning. Like the last one, it's a spinning cat in the developer one because I had no clue what to put for it. I'm like,
There's
so.
a, I'll send you a link after, but there's a, I don't know what type of bird it is, but it's a bird, and this one lady is like singing bacon biscuits, fluffy biscuits,
Mm-hmm.
and the bird just starts dancing. Like I'll send you that. It's funny. So you could probably use that on there too.
Yeah, like I'm really gonna step it up in content creation for YouTube here in the next few weeks. Especially like the last video, getting almost 700 views for the game developer one, And
Yeah.
I feel like if that can get 700, if I can find a way to repeat that, it will go a lot better in the future.
I would say it's also just because it was a developer, and that's just you have the good thumbnail and the good
Hmm.
title, which really brought it together. I feel like that's also what it was,
Yeah, and like my
and also
last
because
one,
Rivals is big.
I did a podcast with the game developer
Zemo,
with Fergenti. I got
uh,
84 views with that.
and that's
So
not even bad at all.
that's not bad for a podcast because, like, if you look at my podcast, I really do them for fun and to kind of uh, reach out to people, try to hear their point of view, and like get tips and tricks from them.
Yeah,
From streaming and stuff like that. I don't get a lot of views from that, but some people do enjoy doing it because it's kind of like an extra. It's kind of an extra bit that I do, and it still revolves around content creation.
yeah.
So,
Now something I want to talk about is I was looking on the YouTube.
mm-hmm,
I scrolled back a little bit to about a month ago.
mm-hmm.
Do you mind explaining what is up with all these weird Fortnite things going
So
on?
the Fortnite videos, I streamed Fortnite a long time ago.
Like it's not a problem that it's Fortnite, you know. Like I don't play that game,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not that problem. The Building Pro picture, wild.
The what one?
Building Pro.
Oh yeah, I thought I was because I based the thumbnail off of the skin I was using. I couldn't find a single thumbnail, and then I seen that I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna use that because that might get views or whatever.
And then
Then the
and then you
Raven
have
one,
don't drop that dun dun dun.
yeah,
Next up, you get five big booms.
I don't know, I didn't know what to name them. I just find something I said in the video. I'm just like, yep, we're putting that. And so like I start alternating. So when I first started my podcast, I wanted to alternate a podcast a week, video a week. So I was catching up on the videos and just posting Fortnite videos one after another. And I recorded them for me to post on Twitch. I clipped it out whenever I wanted. So I just wanted to post them. So I would just go back, download it, and then put it on YouTube. And I said, that's it. And I said, but soon I'm going to start posting like actual videos like the Rivals Melee tournament. The NCAA one was one that when right before I started uh, uh, actually streaming, um, I hated Purdue, and then I went down 28-45 to Purdue in like the fourth quarter. I'm like, yeah, I gotta post this, and I come back and win that game. I'm like, yeah, I'm posting that. And then like a lot of these, the game developer one, I still have a lot of old streams that I'm gonna do, but I've been just focusing on like the short ones, but
Yeah,
that's just what I've been doing. Well, man, we've been at this for an
I
hour
think
and
that's it.
7 minutes.
It's a long time.
Oh yeah, it doesn't beat my most the longest one I've done, but the longest one was like an hour and a half, and I don't think I'm ever gonna be going that long. And
No, it's too draining.
oh
I
yeah,
feel like we can't carry on too many conversations
yeah. Usually, like
to
I'll just be like, if you want to come back, we can always do another podcast if you enjoyed it. Like I have LJ, we did a podcast and we talked the whole time, and he's like, "When are we doing another one, man? That was great." And so we'll probably be doing another podcast here soon. And then I've had a lot of guys. They've like said we'll do another podcast. I'd love to do another one with you. And like Chef, we talked for an hour and like 20 minutes, and he's like, "All right, man, I gotta go, but like we got to do another
I
podcast
gotta
because
go.
we still got more shit to talk about." I'm like, "Sounds good, man," but
I
I've
gotta go.
I've yet to go back to do it because I kind of want to knock out like people, uh, other people first, and
Yeah.
And like if I need like an emergency podcast and they want to do it, I'm like, all right, let's get them back in here, or like the popular podcast, like for Genty, I think was the number one viewed podcast. Let me go back and look here. I'm pretty sure for Genty was like, let's see. The last one had 6 views, not the best. LJ had 34. That wasn't bad. He was a pretty popular one. For
Um,
Genty had 84. Tofu had
Doggo.
31. Doggo had 86.
Yeah.
Uh, Harry, he had 15. Graph had 17. Golden had 25. Icy 6. Epic had 14. Chef had 15. He had 15. Sniper had 14. 18. 7. 10. 47. Uh, a lot of them really just depends on like how many views. Like LJ probably will do another LJ one here in the future. Uh, Doggo, I'll definitely bring him on. He is actually a young game developer, and
Yeah, I saw the title.
he is
Interested
super
already.
young, and he created Anonymous Labs, and recently he completely like wiped the game, and he said I'm restarting from the very bottom. He said I'm completely remaking it, and I actually joined the other day. I'm like, holy shit, he has worked hard on this, and he knows how to script, and he has worked very hard, and like there's a Hall of Fame, and I'm in it because I was the first person to beat the actual game,
Oh,
and
really?
it's actually really fun. And then I got the verified creator in there to help him out and stuff like that. But it's been a great time, to be honest. But
Yeah, I feel like if you're that young doing that already, just imagine what he's gonna do when he's our age.
yeah, he could be working for somebody, or he could be a major game developer. You never know.
Yeah, he could have people working for him
Exactly. And
if you're already doing that.
if he wants to do that, that's fine. Or he wants to work for somebody and be, because he could work for somebody. Because what I gave him advice for, I said, if this goes up and you get an opportunity to work for like a big game, like say Fish or Doors or Rivals, you want to take that job because then you're going to learn from other people that's been doing it longer than you, and then you can develop it into your own project while you make
Yeah,
money off of doing stuff. Because a lot of games, a lot of it's contracted. They will get contracts out to it's kind of like construction. You'll contract out to people to do the roof or the wall or just electrical plumbing. You'll contract people out there,
yeah,
and people that has a lot of money, they'll contract coders. Like for Genty, he got contracted for anti cheat, or it really just depends on what it is. But there's, unless you're a very smart developer, but a lot of the times the developers, they've went through that process. They've learned from other people. They've helped on other projects. They're known in the community. And Doggo, I want to help him get big, because if I'm one of the biggest content creators for his game, that's going to help me grow. If he grows too, both of us will
yeah.
grow.
Because I'd say if you send me a link to it, I'll try to do that on the stream if we could
Oh
try to
yeah.
get that more popular. I'm assuming it's already a little bit popular.
It's not like he has his own like community, like in his own
Yeah.
Discord. Like he created already has a Discord for it. Currently, he does not have the game up and going right now. He shut down the old one completely because there was so many bugs it kind of like overrid it. So then he
Uh,
started fresh to really restart it. And I don't think the full game's out yet. I don't think the full game's out yet, but he is going to probably get the full game out here pretty soon because I played it, and he has the lobby done. He has a lot of the sound effects done. All it is, and then he's going to redo the level 100 boss, level 50 boss, uh, and then he's going to redo like the guy that chases you. And he's got to put in more door type, like room types, and that's honestly not that bad. He just showed me like the basics of how everything's going, and I'm actually really excited for it.
yeah, I'd be down to play it. I don't know what it's about,
If you ever
but
played
I'd be down to
Doors,
play it.
it's kind of like doors.
Nah, I don't think I've ever played Doors.
Yeah, I'd recommend
Ever.
playing doors. I don't know if I'd recommend playing it on stream because there's not a big update out right now, but
Yeah.
you always could. All right, man. Like I
Alright.
said, we've been
I
here
think
for
we've dragged it out long enough.
we've hour 14. We're definitely up there on like the top podcast, and but I
Yeah.
appreciate having you on, man. If there's any socials you want to plug, you can go ahead and plug those socials if you'd like.
Um, just my Twitch, CrizyBlox. I don't have a set schedule. I just stream when I can. Um, I'm going to adventure into new games. That's really about it. Pretty simple.
You
And
guys know
then
where.
we got you.
Hmm.
I don't think we have to plug you because that's how they're watching.
Yeah, I usually still plug. It's Real Blue Star Gaming on everything besides Twitter because they hate Twitter for me. It's because they think Real Blue Star Gaming's too long, so it's underscore Real Blue Star underscore. But
Ah,
I appreciate having you on, man.
yeah, it was an honor. I was surprised.
You didn't think we were gonna go this long, or
No, I just didn't think I was, eligible for a podcast.
I've
And
kind of
I
like
didn't think,
reached out to like fish content creators, kind of help grow because I'm a content creator on UF football and fish, and
yeah.
I want to become a content creator for Rivals too, but you gotta have like
Well,
5,000 followers on Rivals, and so I'm really gonna try to focus on getting a content creator on Rivals here in the future.
based on your video with Rivals, if you keep having special things go on, you'll definitely get there.
Oh yeah, I'm
Just time is all it is.
I'm just gonna like I might have to do like some special ones like 5 bronzes versus 5 nemesis or one nemesis or whatever to see how shit goes or I don't know. But I appreciate having you on and we're gonna have to dip out of here.
Yeah.
But you guys know where to find me, Star Gaming on everything. Make sure to check this guy out. This guy is a G. Check his streams out. I know you guys like fish. I know I don't really stream fish much often. I know he does. So check him out. Go
Just a
support
little
him.
bit,
Go and
not too much.
go and follow this guy and really help him out. So I appreciate everybody coming by. I'll see you guys later. Adios.